Hello, hello. Sheila and Kitty are here. Aw, welcome. And Dr. Luz, good to see ya. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
I think my question is really quick.
Questions really quick? Okay, perfect. And we got Dr. Sue here. Welcome, welcome. So, you all know we are this is XP office hours, and we got Go Plus office hours separately. I always like to say that for the recording so everybody doesn't listen to the whole thing waiting in the wrong place. Let me go ahead and hear really quick who's got questions, and let's just do a quick round robin of the overview of what's going on, and then we'll dive in. Dr. Luz, you mentioned you got a quick question.
Yeah, just on membership. I yeah, the the site looks a little bit different than courses that I've completed the front page, so I'm just wondering if I need to do something, if I load content in there a little bit differently.
Okay, so how to load the content and set it up in the way that you want the students to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
When we
in
get
a
to the
nutshell.
question, I'll let you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
We'll go more in. Okay, perfect. And Sheila, how's it going?
Oh, I'm good, thanks. Sorry about the cat. She's
Oh,
just
she's very welcome.
wanting
Yeah.
cuddles today.
Please
I
bring
think
her.
she's
Yeah.
cold. So my question is about the checkout process for the membership.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
We'll dive into that. And Sue, how are you doing?
Good. I'll get to
Good.
my notes and then I'll let you know.
What's that?
I need to refer to my notes because I've been going back and forth between Go Plus and XP. So let me see what my
Got it.
questions were for XP.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. And most of when there's things that are involving connecting the two, they're typically going to be handled from the Go Plus side rather than in
Yeah, no, I
XP.
just
But
meant,
if there's specific XP things, we'll definitely go into that. All right. So we want to talk about memberships. Dr. Luz, you said setting up the content. Do you want to go ahead and just
Yeah.
share
So
a bit more?
on the front page, what's different from the course, from course sites is that it says this month's mission.
Uh-huh.
And then it's got, there are spots for you to, what the mission is for that month.
Mm-hmm.
So my wondering is, is it then that I update that page every month? Or like what's happening? Like
Gotcha.
why does it say this month's mission? Because it makes it seem like this is different than a course. Because with the course, you have the front page and then you load up,
Mm.
the modules when you do the content. And this makes it sound like every month because of the way it looks.
Gotcha.
I'm
Gotcha.
wondering if I'm reading it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think I'm tracking with you. Tell me if this speaks to everything. So, what we're talking about, and again for the recording, because I know this is a big question for a lot of people, setting up a membership, there's a couple different ways you can do it, and the way that you're describing here is a great way to do a monthly membership or a regular changing content membership is to have the current content very front and center as soon as they log in and have that very specific and clear. The idea is to give it to them very clearly, directly, homepage, here you go, boom, completed, rather than you log in and then you go here and then you go there and then you
Oh, I
scroll through a
see.
whole bunch of stuff. So the short answer to your question, if I'm tracking what you're asking here, is yes, a great way to do a membership is to swap the content out every month. And each month is I'm a student, I hit my magic link and boom, I'm in. There's my training. There's my couple of action steps or integration work or whatever I'm doing to know that I've gotten this month's training. And that's
Okay.
another thing that we suggest and that the platform is set up to support is that it's very clear. Like here is your doable
Right. Okay.
video and steps rather than here are, parking lots worth of content you could go into someday and sort through it
Okay.
all. It's here it is, do it, boom. So yes, then you would swap it out monthly. You can, of course, archive the each month's content and have it somewhere if you choose that they could go through and view past month's content, if that's a part of your model and what you're offering. Or if
Okay.
you want to create a lot of urgency around it, an option could be to just give it to them for the month. And there it is, it's available this month, and that brings some urgency to doing it. So,
Yeah, yeah. The suggestion was because I have an annual membership and a monthly membership, that the monthly membership gets access to that month's content as long as they're paying for it. And
mhm.
then the archive material goes to the annual membership
Oh, fantastic.
members.
Okay, so
So
one thing, oh, go ahead. I can tell you to set that up, but go
yeah,
ahead.
so
More.
then when you're saying archive, there's not like an automatic way for that month's content to go into an archived place. I would have to have that videos. I would upload the video again to like an archived space. Is that?
Yeah, it's pretty simple because it will already be uploaded to your media gallery. So you would
Oh, okay,
go
great.
to like wherever your page is that you're holding all the content, and we'll talk about making that exclusive to some members if you want.
Yeah,
And
that
you
would be
would
great.
just like hit just adjust which videos you're showing there, and that's like a
Hmm.
one-click thing. So now this video needs to also appear in the archived
And we can do
content.
that by tags.
You can do that simply by adjusting the content block to show whatever content you want to hold in there. So it's really simple to add content to a block if it's already in the media gallery.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then the next part of your what you're talking about would be showing it exclusively to some members, but not others, like
Hmm.
annual versus monthly. So when they sign up, if you are using XP's order form,
Hmm.
they perfect, then it's real simple. They would have an option when they sign up. They click, I want to pay annually or I want to pay monthly, right? When they hit, if they click annually, they would be automatically assigned a particular tag.
Right. And I went
Monthly.
in, I figured that out from our
Okay,
last call. So I
perfect.
created the tags and then I think I did it right. So we'll see because, it is what it is.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
great. So then you can use those tags to hide or show content or unlock trainings, or by the way, you're going to be able to relock trainings soon, which is going to be a big difference in making some things easier for membership stuff like this. Because in
Okay.
the past you could unlock, but you couldn't, there wasn't a mechanism to relock, and that's
Mm,
in the works now. So if you want to
cool.
say release this training for this group for this month, then hide it again. You can do all that through the experience engine and make it really
Okay,
specific.
cool.
Does that feel helpful?
Yeah, yeah. So, can you show on the screen like how I would
For sure.
create the archived spot?
For sure, yeah. So let's go into a course here and
That's a membership or because it's different, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Or maybe
so
not.
well, the bottom line is you can set up every course however you want. And
Okay.
you might start with a template that would have some things in suggested ways, but it's always up to you to put whatever pages wherever you want, whatever content on whatever pages,
Okay.
etc. So if you want a page that's going to hold just all of your trainings, there's actually lots of different ways you could do it. First, I'm just going to do a quick overview that, of course, we've got step 3, where the course content gets uploaded. We've got step 4, where the pages get designed and where there's one
Right.
exception,
Okay.
which is that your monthly video would most likely get uploaded
Yeah.
directly to the homepage. So that's one thing that sometimes people have a question about is usually content gets uploaded here, but we have in the model we're describing, we'd
Hmm.
be putting a new video right here. But to answer your question about the rest of the content, we would have another page. I could use my alt trainings page, or I can create a custom page. I can basically set this up however I like. Let's just say I want to create a custom page, and I'm just going to call it all content to give it a title. And I'm going to go ahead and set this page up right now. We would start with probably a menu at the top so that everything's consistent. I might have a quick header. I might have a little bit of text to welcome people, or maybe I want an image with it,
Hmm.
but I'll put some text on here. And then here's the important part. I'm going to add a training contents block.
Okay.
So if I want to upload videos that I have uploaded in step 3,
Okay.
I can drag that on. And just to show you, we can edit the content of this block, and we could show all kinds of different options, basically anything I want to choose to show in this block.
Okay.
I've got specific trainings, bonuses, replays. Next available trainings doesn't really apply here. So let's say for some reason I'm setting up a page with some special content.
Hmm.
I've just decided I want these two. And then I only want this block visible to my annual subscription members. So I'm going to go to block visibility.
Okay.
Here's one of the ways, by the way, to show and hide content. Probably a good one for this setup. And I'm going to show it always, but I'm only going to show it to people with my annual tag.
Okay. Cool.
So when I want to add or change, I can come into this block. I can change the content. Just as an FYI, again, more for people watching the video. I don't know if this is for you, but you can also just you can add video blocks. If you need more flexibility than this for any reason, you can
Hmm.
just add a direct video block onto a page. You can edit
Okay.
the
Cool.
content and directly upload any
Okay. So
video you
this is like
choose.
the front page, like the home page. Got it.
Once again, select visibility if you need.
And
And
then now
go
so
ahead.
in this welcome, what I would say something like, this is the page for annual members. Is there like, what would you suggest as a teaser? Like, hey, upgrade to annual by.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You might even do that on the home page, honestly, rather than hidden on a separate page.
Okay. But
But you
maybe, yeah, for sure. And then maybe like as a secondary.
And then on here, yeah, absolutely. This block could be visible to everybody and say, here's all of your content.
Hmm.
Go ahead and upgrade if you want to view all of the past content or
Okay. So then would you just direct them to the regular order form? They do annual and the engine will know to take one tag off and put the new tag on?
great question. Let me think about that. So if they're already in a course, you direct them to the order form again, and they re-sign up again, they're going to get the tag that is assigned to them based on the order form. That's a great question. But it's not going to remove a tag unless you tell it to remove a tag. So you would want to create in this case, you'd want to create an automation in the experience engine that
Hmm.
says when tag annual is added, remove tag monthly.
Okay.
Or if you're for just what we're talking about right here, all we did was say this is only showing to students with
Right.
tag
Yeah.
annual. It's not excluding anybody.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm adding all these
Right,
questions.
right. These are
The,
great because this is all the
yeah.
pieces I think that
Because the
you'll think
question
through.
would be, there's two questions, the tag, which you answered. So great. I can create an automation for that. The second question is, would Stripe then know not to charge them the monthly?
Stripe is only going to know exactly what you tell it. Okay, so if they sign up for through XP's order form and they sign up for a monthly subscription, that will create a subscription in Stripe. If they sign
Okay.
up for another subscription, that will create another subscription in Stripe. So you will definitely want to um, you'll need
Yeah.
to either set up an automation like with Zapier to
Okay.
change that, or you would need to manually go in and adjust or delete one of the subscriptions.
Okay. So I would have to like kind of monitor that.
Yes. Yeah. Great,
Okay.
great, great point.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Got some stuff to work on?
Yeah.
Good, good for
Totally.
a minute. Okay. Cool. Sheila, do you want to talk about order forms, were you
Yeah,
saying? Tell me.
please. So I've got two questions. The
Yeah.
first one is that because I run a subscription club already that includes shipping, and that's not possible on XP, I was thinking of having the UK students, I include the shipping for free as one membership, and then the international students as another membership, so that I can include the cost of the shipping on there, so that people don't get like a big list of things that they're trying to decide, are they international, are they UK, are they wanting it for 1 month, are they wanting it for 3 months, those types of things. But what I'd rather not do is have to duplicate memberships. So I was wondering, is there a way of, if they completed one order form for the international, I can then move them directly over to the same membership that the UK people would have?
You can always just manually move people, add people into a membership. You can always just go ahead and add someone in if they've paid somewhere else.
Right. But if I and but to automate it, is there a way of, so I'd want them to have the same welcome page and everything else. It's just I don't really want to have to, when I upload different things every month, have to remember to do it in two memberships.
Oh, gotcha. So you want two order forms in XP, but
Mm,
one course. Sure. What you
yes.
can do is create like a dummy course that you're using for the purpose of the order form,
Okay.
and then create an automation in step 5. And the
Yeah.
automation is going to say when student is added to dummy course,
Yeah.
automatically add them to real course.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I need to have a play around in the XP system to just understand that
Yeah.
a little bit further. And so my second question, I'm not sure whether it's possible,
Hmm.
is that because I've always been told that you're meant to upsell, and so when they sign up and they might upsell for a little bit, and then they go ahead, I want to do a final upsell of, are you sure you don't want a year's membership? But I think I'm adding an extra step in between them clicking payment, then there's an upsell, and then them going to the homepage. And I'm not sure that step in the middle can be done. Can it?
You're right. In to do something like that, you would want to go over to Go Plus. That's like
Okay,
exactly, honestly, the type of thing that we brought Go Plus in for, is
right.
to be able to do all of that.
And you mentioned that I needed to email Go Plus, and whistled it off really quickly, and I haven't had a chance to listen to the
Oh,
replay. And what was
yeah.
the email that I was meant to for Go Plus?
To set up your account, right?
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Just email support
it's
at
support.com.
usegoplus.com.
Excellent. I will then contact them, but they were my questions. So thank you. That's really helpful. And just sort of the other person's questions, Dr. Lewis's questions were actually really interesting for me as well, because I just presumed it would be set up the same way as a course page, not that the membership pages would be a bit different, because I'm looking for a library of resources that they can always have access to as well. But it looks as if from what you've just shown, that's all possible.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of good ways you can set up the membership. And yeah, again, I'm excited about this new ability to relock content that's coming, because that's gonna help with some things that were difficult before. But yeah, you can basically show or hide whatever you need, release it, unrelease it, show it to different people. And yeah, the bottom line is you can put whatever you want on different pages and let people see what you want them to see, and up to you how you set it up. So
Brilliant.
cool.
So I don't have any other questions, but if it's okay, I'd like to just stay and just hear what other people's questions are, because
Please,
I'm learning from
yeah,
everyone else.
very
So
much.
thank you.
Only if the kitty stays too.
Oh, she's here. Don't worry.
Okay.
She's not gone away.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thanks, Sheila. Sue, how's it going?
Good, good. Okay, so
Good.
I had I was starting off with the question, but each one of them brought up others that I had. So I'm going to go back to Dr. Lutz because then what Sheila was saying. So my plan is for a membership type, and I'm going to be dropping every month. I was going to also have the annual plan or the monthly. So, but mine is you have to start at the beginning because my stuff is sequential. It'll be evergreen. So wherever they come in, they always start at module one. Let's just say that. Okay. And so each month I'll drop in. So the first set of students will go on to module two. Anybody new comes in starts at module one. And what I wanted mine to be able to do, the annual, of course, it's always there. But if somebody, let's say they drop out at month 3 or month 6, I want them to be able to retain everything they paid for. So once they don't have the annual won't matter because they're already continuing like hers are. If they're a monthly and then they drop their membership, I'm not going to let them just drop them totally. I don't like that when it happens to me when I've been paying for a long time. So I'm
Yeah.
going to give them access. So will the shopping cart, if they don't renew, will I have something in there that will show not to open up the next month's content? How do I set that up?
How to not open up the next month's content.
But they'll still retain what they paid for.
Okay, so it sounds like you would want to do trainings. The way you would want to show and hide content would be a little bit different than what we've been looking at. And this is great because this is basically the other option, is that you can set up your trainings to leave locked status when you upload your content in step 3. Every training, you have to decide like a release date. Either it's available or it's going to release tomorrow. And one of the options is called leave locked. So you
It's
can
called what?
leave locked.
Or leave locked.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
just leave locked. And what you can do is you can set it to leave locked. And then in the experience engine, you're going to create an automation that says, when the student receives a particular tag, then it unlocks this content. Now, that's not going to go away unless you do something to make it go away. So you've just unlocked whatever content you choose to unlock. And if they are not continuing to get whatever tag you're giving them, so for example, if you are unlocking it based on every month, then you could add a tag for each month. And if they're no longer getting the monthly tag, then they would not continue to get trainings unlocked.
And that would come through if their payment processes that would get a tag to unlock. Is that what you tell me to do?
Um, no, not necessarily, because you're talking about setting up different, you're talking about releasing every month's content individually to specific people. So when they get a tag when they pay, that's going to be one tag, but you're talking about wanting to have a different thing going on constantly every single month that you can take away if you need to. So that would be something you can set up in the experience engine where you are adding like, for example, a tag for each month and then not adding it if they're no longer paying. So you would need to, this would definitely take some coordination with an outside payment processor if you want to automate this. This is a fairly complex setup, so
Well,
you would definitely,
I
yeah.
don't need that, but I would just like it that if they pay, then it automatically it just looks like anything. Then it's, then they have access right then to the content. They
Oh,
pay, they
that's
get
easy.
the
Yeah.
next.
If they pay, here's the bottom line is that content is never going to be removed unless you remove it. So if somebody purchases a course from you, if somebody purchases a bunch of content, nothing's going to take that away unless you either remove their access from the course
Okay,
or go
yeah.
in and
So I
do
won't be doing
something.
that, right?
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
they don't pay, then I would just like it if their payment fails. I mean, I'll have some of those things to reach out and do all that. But but if they decide to, to stop or they leave the program totally, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that if that payment doesn't, I was just thinking it would be easier if it went with the payment. So if the payment's not there, then the material doesn't get released, I guess. But you're saying that's going to be complicated to set up?
That's complicated to set up because you're talking about having an ongoing thing where you want constantly to be releasing new content, but only releasing it to some people. So yeah, any way we slice it, that's a little more complex.
Okay.
The way most memberships tend to work is that if you stop paying, then you don't continue to have access. So you absolutely have the flexibility to set it up differently, but you would need to do some configuration to make it happen if you want to keep releasing things, but only release it to some people, and that's gonna vary year by year or even month by month. You would need to moderate that. I would suggest doing it yearly because then, I mean, what you're talking about, it gets complex if you're doing it monthly. If you're doing it yearly, then that's quite a lot less uh,
Right.
admin or automation that we're talking about. So that might be something to consider.
So it might be better to just everybody's on their annual, but they could pay all up front, or they could pay that's where it gets kind of different. Or, they pay monthly and they just set up a subscription. So, but they're still paying for the whole annual time. So that their payment should go through, then they would just need to contact me if they were going to drop out of the program totally. And then I would have time to go in myself. I'd have to manually lock out any future content. I mean, that might not be too difficult.
There's always going to be ways to set up hiding and showing content, especially again once this lock training feature comes out. So bottom line is there will be ways to moderate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to be so complicated. Okay. Then with Sheila's thing, I do have, I guess, for an order bump for one-on-one coaching. And so I was wondering again, I was really hoping to stay inside of XP and, the order form and all that. So they get the magic link. I do know if you go over to Go Plus, you just have to make sure that that's automated. Then you put all those codes in the right place. I mean, in Go Plus to hit them back over. So if I'm going to have an upgrade to one-on-one coaching that they can do add-on. Do I need to set that up in Go Plus?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And then to my thing is I like the gamified course template. That seems like the best one for me because it's basically 4 modules. That's 4 weeks. That's a month content. And anyway, just thought, and then if it's that, because everything's gonna look exactly the same. I have like the same amount of like the workbook is the same amount of, they're like 3,000 words, the workbook. And then I thought 2 like 5-minute videos a week and a worksheet, that type of thing. Does that sound reasonable for just following that template, the gamified one?
That should work. That's really more of a question than I can, to say like what setup is best is kind of more of a question that would take looking one-on-one and going through
Okay.
your course and your goals with you. But the bottom line is that the templates are set up to be like the most common use cases and work for most situations. And I would say it's a great place to just jump in and go if you want to just get something out there. So
Okay.
yes,
Because I've been looking at, like I said, in my workbook's 3,000 words, and I was looking at videos and how many words and all that, and it looked like I could get in about, 2 5-minute videos a week with a worksheet. I mean, then video, a worksheet, and then a wrap up at the end. Then anyway, that
very
looked
cool.
like my best choice. And then after I do my first one, I can just clone it, right? And then
Hmm.
just go in and change out the individual stuff for the next one and clone.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can just duplicate a course, change
Okay.
out content.
'Cause
Yeah.
that'll look like a one whole course. For me, it'll be one whole month of my membership. But yeah, so I can do that content. And I'll just have to make sure that when my people come in with their tag, they're tagged to go directly into module 1, then they'll sequentially go through the program. It'll be because every module be released at a month's time. Is that going to, if you come in, they have to start at month 1, and then the next month 2 is released, month 3. Can I set up that automatically?
Absolutely. Can absolutely do that. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have to, because I'm going to have a lot of this pre-set up in there already, at least a couple of months ahead.
Cool.
Okay. Anything I need to
Awesome.
worry about in there to make sure I,
Sue, I would encourage you to keep this really simple. Do
yeah.
you have a version out yet? Do you have real students going through?
Uh, no, it's been done one-on-one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm
Fantastic.
turning this into
Great.
I'm turning this into a group,
Great.
into a group concept and then just take on a few one-on-ones.
Awesome.
So,
Then
yeah,
my
I'm trying.
encouragement would be to find the simplest possible version, get some students through it, and do
Yeah.
that like next month.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I was
make this
just going to
happen.
have that first month, we'll go with that. That can come
Awesome.
out in January and then
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's as far as, and each one of these is a container in itself. The training, it's one whole block and then, another type, but they feed on each other. So you can't really do 3 without going through 1.
So this is where I would encourage you to keep it really simple. Like seriously, get a version out there.
Yeah.
Like get the students, make it happen.
Okay.
You got all the knowledge. You got everything you need. You know that. So let's get your people going through this. Cool.
Okay. And
What
you may be
else?
the one that I was corresponding with Marina with the done for you package, or is that
Marina
a
handles all the done for you stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
So
because I
yeah.
had to, so I got all the done for you, all the sheets, the Google Sheets, everywhere where it tells you what this looks like. I mean, what it's supposed to be. Every single link went to a 404 page
Okay,
in
so that's
XP.
contact Marina about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was where I was like, okay, I'm just going to go find a template on my own and see what I can do.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Fantastic. What else? Great stuff, y'all. Just feeling doable, Sheila.
We have,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all feels doable. I have no other questions. I think I need to play
You need to
and
play.
just
Yeah.
see what the site is and just um I still have a few wobbles about transferring my students over just because
Right.
of the Stripe. But you said that it's so simple that, and I don't mean this rudely, when something's so simple, I just think there must be a catch to it. Of just that if the payment
No.
processing is, I'm sorry, the cat's back again. If the payment processing is through Stripe in another platform, then to be in Stripe with you, just transferring the names just seems a bit too simple.
Yeah. Want me to just talk through that piece real quick and make
Yes,
sure
if you
it's
can.
all
I'm sorry,
all
this
making
cat.
sense, and let's make sure
Yeah,
we're
Yeah,
not
I need
missing
it
anything
too.
together.
So
Yeah.
okay.
Let's look at it together, make sure we're not missing anything.
Yeah.
So if you are using XP's order form to create a subscription, the
Mm.
way it works is XP's order form talks to Stripe and says, hey, set up a subscription. Then it's set up in Stripe and it's going to run unless you go into Stripe and change it, or unless the student goes into their student profile and says cancel subscription. And that's going to automatically cancel everything at the end of their pay period, whatever that is. So that's what it looks like when you create an order form through XP. Like it puts it in Stripe, leaves it alone unless the student cancels it, or unless if you actually cancel your Experientify account, then we will cancel the Stripe subscription for you because it wouldn't make sense for us to charge for your students to be paying for something if your account was gone, right? So the way to think of it is that those are the only two instances that XP does anything once we hand it over to Stripe. What Stripe does is what they do, take your payments for you. So that's their job. I believe what you're telling me, Sheila, is you already set up subscriptions in Stripe somewhere else. So basically, Stripe is already doing their job of taking payments every month. If you don't need anything to change as far as what Stripe is doing, I see the cat there. If you don't need
She doesn't
that,
go away. She's still here though. It's like, yeah.
if there's nothing that you need to change on what Stripe is doing with doing their job of taking the payment every month, there's nothing to change in Stripe.
Don't
If
I
you're
need like to bring over like transaction IDs or anything like that at all from Stripe to um XP? Well, no, because the payment is still the processing is still Stripe. This cat's
Yeah,
going to the end of me.
basically, we've got these two tools here. We've got XP doing the job of running the course. We've got Stripe doing the job of taking their payment. You've had a different tool doing the job of running the course, but
Mm.
Stripe has always been doing the job of taking the payment. Unless there is some automation you have that the payment is doing something that every month when they pay, you have a Zapier that automatically sends them fireworks, unless there's something like
No, and the
happening.
reason why I'm asking is that when I moved to the platform I'm with at the moment, they needed Stripe ID codes to load it onto their system, even though it was a Stripe system going to a Stripe system as a payment processor. So that's why just it seems very nice and easy with XP.
So when you moved into your current platform, you were already charging them on Stripe,
Yes, I was using WooCommerce, but charging them on Stripe.
and they
But they
needed
needed,
ID codes for
yeah,
something. Okay, okay. Maybe they had like an automated an ability, like a way for the student to cancel that they were connecting. Maybe it was something like that.
yeah.
Um, And that'll, like I'll mention, that's the other piece to be aware of here is that if you didn't set up the Stripe subscription through XP's order form gate, then the
Yeah.
student won't have the option in their XP account that says, do you want to cancel your subscription?
Yeah, I remember you saying that before, and we
So
can
just
handle that.
communicate with them.
Yeah.
Here's what to
It just,
do.
what makes the most sense is to do the transfer over the Christmas holidays. But that also means that that's when there's less support around. So I don't want to muck it up as well because of sort of like the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as XP, we are the support desk will be closed on the 24th and 25th and the 31st and 1st. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Other than
Okay.
that, we'll be here. We are pausing office hours for the last 2 weeks of the
Yeah.
year. Most people are pretty down in downtime around then, but someone will be on the support desk. The AI tool is there, which is mostly right, but I know you probably would want to check in with a person for this and just make sure if you
I
have any
found the AI
questions.
tool really helpful. It
It's
gives
it's
very
pretty
good
good, right?
results. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty helpful, and I love that it can get things instantly to you. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, other than the 2 days at Christmas, the 2 days at the New Year, someone will be here, and it does sound like it is straightforward as far as you've already got your payments happening. Only thing that's changing is your students are no longer going to be logging in over there. They're going to be logging in over here. And
They're not logging in at the moment to anything. So
oh, then it's
and this
easier.
is my
Okay.
reason for changing is that they're actually asking to log in. The parents are
Okay.
wanting like resources of information, and my students, I'm
Got
going
it.
to do more puzzles and clues and things like that,
Nice.
hidden within the membership that they have to try and solve. So there's a reason for them to log in the future.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever you're ready to start having them log into XP, you're just going to upload the spreadsheet of names. Assuming you want them to immediately get a welcome email, you'll just make sure that's turned on first.
Yeah.
And once you upload the spreadsheet, welcome email will go out and say, hey,
Here it
Sue,
is.
welcome
Yeah.
to your new program portal.
Yeah.
Here's your magic link.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you.
If for any reason the welcome email didn't or doesn't go out, you can just resend it in the students
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's really helpful. It's a good system. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So we got some courses happening in the new year. Yay. Or even before.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I also had another question, I guess,
Yeah.
back with the order form, which really looks like a sales page. What if I got to the end and there was option A and option B? And option A was just the regular group coaching. Option B, you get some one-on-one coaching. And then they'll have two buttons at the bottom. Then that could stay inside XP, couldn't it?
Well, what you're talking about is actually, to get all technical, a sales page rather than an order form. And you can design these in very different ways. You can have the sales page and order form on all one page, or you can have separate pages for a sales page and for an actual order form or checkout page.
Right.
And if you wanted to have, let's see, was it you, Sue, or was it Sheila? Who were we saying that the answer was to have two order forms? That was you,
It
right?
was myself.
Sorry, that was you,
It
Sheila?
was myself, yes. To
Okay,
have a
okay.
dummy order form and another one was what you
Okay,
were saying. Yeah.
so Sue, here's an option you could consider. Again, I'm going to encourage you to keep things simple, but actually, you know what, Sue, let me suggest this route. If all you want to do is add one-on-one coaching, not all, it's a fantastic thing,
Right.
but if that's what you want to do, a simple way you could do that with one XP order form is just by having two options on the order form
Yeah.
and giving a tag with the coaching. And the tag can reveal the page and the link and the block and everything they need to get their info for coaching. So if you if you want to go that route, that's nice and simple. One order form, two options, based on which one they click,
And
they
that gives them their tag immediately.
exactly. Yeah. What you were just asking about as far as two buttons,
Well, because what I was thinking then, if either I did the sales page idea,
right?
and yes, it's like if they're going to say yes, I want group coaching, or yes, I want that. Then if they did click the button, it could just go. If they did group, then I could just open up the simple order form, just the payment part,
Mm-hmm.
and that could just open up. And the other one, if they go with the add-on one-on-one, then that could open up into theirs. So it seems like I'd still keep it streamlined
So
into,
technically, you can do this in the same way that I suggested to Sheila by making a second course with a dummy order form. I will suggest, Sue, that this feels like it might be getting more complex than you need. And I'm
okay.
going to keep encouraging you to keep it simple. But technically, you could create a dummy course, create an order form, add the people from the dummy course into the regular course, and have two different order forms. So that's an option.
That one's easier.
I think it's more complex than what you need, to be super frank. I think your next step is get your people and get your
Right.
course going.
Okay. Because I'd rather stay inside XP. I know that better than Go Plus.
Yeah,
So, and I
I hear
like
you.
the pages. I would
I hear
rather,
you. I spent, I was up till 12:30 last night, and that's late for me because I'm old, trying to figure out like the simplest thing in Go Plus, and I was asking Chat GPT how to do it, and it kept sending me down rabbit holes, and I seriously spent like 3 hours figuring out how, no, maybe not that long, but how to get
yep.
something really simple. So I hear you. It's another whole thing to learn.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it simple. So yeah, my point is I'm with you because I agree there is a ton to learn in Go Plus. But
Yeah. So, okay, good. I can figure this out. It's shouldn't be any big deal. Inside, and I'm going to stay inside XP
awesome.
and set it all up. Okay. So, did you also mention that you guys are off the last 2 weeks of December?
Just office hours are paused.
Okay.
There will be humans at the support desk other than December 24th and 25th and
Right.
January 31st and 1st and tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Cool. Good stuff.
I
I
have no
think
other
Anything
questions. I'm going
else?
to love you and leave you and try and do some work
All
with the cat.
good? Ready to go
Yes.
play? Let's
Yeah.
let's make this happen.
All right. Nice to see you
Great
both.
stuff.
Take care.
Great
Bye.
to see you, Sheila.
okay. I guess that's
Anything
about it
else
for
for
me
you, Sue?
too.
You feeling good? You got this. Let's get your work
Yep.
out there. Let's make this happen. It's
Okay.
time, right?
All right.
We're
Thanks a
behind
lot.
you. I'll see you soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.